Well, thank you very much, Esther. I think, ladies and gentlemen, so you have heard my colleagues here have present to you the problem, also the success, as well as the problem in their countries. And I would like to just take a few minutes to say about Vietnam. In Vietnam, we actually, although we are the second largest rice exporting country after Thailand, but the poverty and also the nutrition problem among the rural people, especially those who grow rice, is still there. We can see that the size, I mean the size of the young people in Vietnam still very stunted, and this is we attribute it to based on several surveys by the UNICEF and also by UNDP and especially by the Institute of Nutrition in Vietnam, showing that it's not because we do not have enough food, but the main thing is we do not know how to eat food. And this is a very it's a big astonishment. And we can see that although we can grow many kinds of food around the house, but in North Vietnam we have a program just like what we heard yesterday about the homestead program, where the farmers are growing vegetables, they're raising fish and livestock in the backyard to improve their nutrition. In North Vietnam, we have that similar program we call VAC. VAC, that means the horticulture, fish pond, and also the animal, domestic animal raising. And this has become very popular. But the problem is that the farmers, each farming family in North Vietnam has very small land. Therefore, with very small land, they cannot produce enough. But in the south, we have more land, but the problem is the VAC program had just started. And when we started, we used the ABCD process. I think some of you here may know the ABCD approach. That means the asset-based community development. That means we have a group for each area, and when we go in there to help them, we have a group of a team composed of agronomists, of soil scientists, of social economists, and also of the health people. And we try to determine the ecology, ecosystem of that farming community. See what is the soils, that kind of soil, that kind of water availability, that kind of climate, what kind of fruits they can plant, what kind of vegetable, and what kind of other stuff that they can graze. And then we explain to them the value, the food value, the nutrition value of each of those items that can be grown by them. And therefore, we will teach them how to grow it. So they themselves grow it. Instead of letting their backyard empty, they grow this food for themselves. And those who do not have enough capacity to do it, I think the community will help them to do it. Therefore, this is a program that the farmers will raise the food for themselves, and then from there they can improve their nutrition, and from that the health people will come in with the to train them about the hygienic practice of eating food, and so on and so forth. So all this combined, it will improve the situation in the southern part of Vietnam. So now I would like to open the floor, because we all have spoken our turn, and I would like to invite the floor. If you have any other observations or other ideas, we would like to hear them. Or you can have some question to any one of us. Please. We have the microphone downstairs. Someone will bring the microphone to you. If you raise your hand, then over here. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Yeah. Can you bring the microphone here?
There we go. Hi, my name is Mike Roberts. I'm country director for an NGO working in Cambodia, and my question is directed to Dr. Men Saram. Hello, Saram. Thank you for sharing about the opportunities and also the obstacles facing Cambodia in addressing nutrition questions as it relates to agriculture. I wonder, most of your comments were focused on the opportunities for and the importance of increasing production, and you say also at the same time that that's not enough. I wonder what you think about what are the short-term and medium-term possibilities for more interdisciplinary, intersectoral cooperation within Cambodia, for instance, with the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries, cooperating with Ministry of Health or Ministry of Rural Development to take a more holistic approach to the linkages between agriculture and nutrition. And what are some of the practical obstacles and opportunities that might exist there?
I would like to take a few more questions before we start answering. So the second hand was there. Third one here.
Thanks for the nice country presentation. I have just one question and one comments, and one question to Vietnam. As you mentioned about BACBINA or VAC project. Let me introduce, my name is Zaman. I work for Helen Keller International as a food security advisor for HKI in Asia Pacific. I'm based in Cambodia. So in Vietnam, I have seen like 20 years before about this VAC project, and which was before BACBINA. And
VSC.
Yeah, VSC. So very successful, I know. And still, like after 20 years, why it has not been scaled up? I mean, why not, covered more and more areas? So this is about Vietnam. And my second question is to Philippines and Indonesia. As I know, Philippine program, I mean, Helen Keller, we are also working in one of the districts in Wau in Mindanao province. In the Indonesia also, we did some work before. So if I compare with Cambodia, I mean, Philippines and Indonesia, you have more and more opportunities. So diversity, in terms of diversity, you have more opportunities, like in infrastructure, human resources. What in Cambodia is like far, far behind, it's a lack of human resources and infrastructure. So what are the main constraints for, promote the diversified food? Thanks.
The third one here.
Thank you for the nice presentations. My name is Hermanto Siregar from Bogor Agriculture University, Indonesia. So I would like to re-emphasize about the importance of government in linking agriculture, nutrition, and health. My colleagues from Indonesia also mentioned before, tends to focus more on the availability or production side. Well, if we said that government is important, we also should look at what governments, because if it is only a central government, maybe we only see macro or aggregate level, which not necessarily be effective up to the grassroots. So local government become very important in this respect. Capacity building for them is a must, I think. In Indonesia, we have a lot of programs, very good delivered by local governments in some areas, but not in other areas. Like, for instance, integrated services for mothers, especially in rural area, in which a lot of advocation or education, how they put more attention to health of below 5-year-old children is delivered there. And also the mothers also thought about consumption pattern, how to make a very good consumption pattern, especially for poor family, and so on and so forth. And secondly, my question is that how the presenters see the importance of food safety, because if we see from the survey in Indonesia, about 30% of food publicly available, 30% are not good in terms of safety. Thank you.
My question is addressed to Dr. Talim of Indonesia. You mentioned in an effort to do dietary diversification that you may reduce rice consumption by adding something. Could you tell us what your plans are and what you think the nutritional implications of changing the staple or reducing rice as the staple and adding another staple may cause in terms of the nutritional status in Indonesia?
Yeah, one more that, please.
Maybe one question. My name is Angelika Fledermann. I'm from GIZ in Germany. Maybe a question to Vietnam, but maybe also to all of the country representatives. I mean, especially Vietnam has a diversified food items. I mean, from vegetables and fruits, and of course also rice. But still, you mentioned just now that there is still undernourishment or malnutrition. So, what is actually, because agriculture, from the linking point, agriculture has the how to say the quantity. So why does this still not lead to a good nutritional standard or status in the country? And maybe that is also related to the other countries, because in all of them, in Indonesia, also Philippines, I think the level of agriculture and the level of food status is quite high. But why do we still have this, maybe the nutritional status not so well?
Okay. Yeah, I think one more question at the back. Yeah.
Thank you. Excuse my voice. My name is Nancy Haslow with Helen Keller International.
Can you try?
I'm trying to speak up. Yeah. Nancy Haslow with Helen Keller International, Asia Pacific region. We're talking about leveraging agriculture for these past days for improved nutrition and health. And I think we've talked about who we're trying to improve the nutrition and health of in a couple of presentations. But what I haven't really picked up on is how different strategies will be needed for different target groups, particularly moving into the future with urbanization. We implement homestead food production, but that's not going to be a viable approach for adequate nutrition in the urban populations, which are going to become more and more large. So I'm wondering if the countries are planning a sort of a tiered strategy for reaching the different segments of particularly the poor and ultra poor, landless, rural poor, urban poor, with different interventions and different approaches to ensure dietary diversification, because one size will not fit all in this next year's particularly and currently. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Let us now start replying to your query. I think first you'd like to take the first question.
Okay. Well, thank you for your question. Yes, I think it is important that increasing in food production should be considered seriously even now, even after, let's say, Cambodia has achieved self-sufficiency in rice, in food. But in the meantime, as I mentioned, that despite we have achieved that, but malnutrition or undernourishment is still high in Cambodia. So when one of solutions that I have mentioned is technological intervention. Well, before I'm going to that, let me just ask, respond to your question about short-term and long-term. What I, in my perspective, what I should think, what I feel about that, or what I should say about that. I feel that actually technological intervention, I should put it as a kind of long-term intervention that we should consider. Let's say, I think I mentioned, and our colleagues from other countries in the region also mentioned that rice alone is not the answer. Rice alone is not the answer, because when we, people, Professor Vortongson also mentioned that it doesn't mean that the people who are undernourished has no rice to eat. They have, but in their diet, if we go there, maybe just rice and maybe just a very small thing add with that, maybe a small piece of fish or maybe a small piece of meat. Well, I'm not saying that I'm not talking about urban citizen, We're talking in general, in average, because in Cambodia, maybe more than 80% of people living in the rural areas. And even the malnutrition, also the what we call poverty incident, we can find a lot there. It's really high. So in long term, I should think, to me, I feel that technological intervention is really important to develop variety, maybe either crop or maybe animal, cattle or fish with high yielding potential, maybe short duration of growing. But in the meantime, the consideration by any means, I'm not talking just by conventional breeding, maybe by biofortification as well, just to get a variety, maybe a crop plant with high yielding, but also nutritional value. I think recently progress has been, or success, we have seen in rice like golden rice with provitamin A, for example. So this is the thing that for me, I feel that it should be kept going and should be considered as important in the long term. But in the short term, I feel that to have to reduce this kind of malnutrition among the population, among the people, to provide more quality food or diet to them. I feel that, I think, sorry, I don't pick up your name, but from Helen Helen Keller, yeah, talking about homestead. I feel that we, as I mentioned in my presentation also, that diversification is important. We like diverse food on the table, on the plate, but why we don't think about in the field? So this is a kind of correlation between plate and field. So we should really go for more production on diverse food crops. But in the meantime, also maybe animal husbandry and fishery as well. Okay. So that's what I feel. Another thing maybe also maybe respond to other question as well. Like like productivity is high. Why people are still poor? I think you are right. Because the proportion of landless farmers also is very big concern in our country, especially. I think just about 5 or 6 years ago, I think the percentage is just about 12, but now it's more than 20. So why? Poverty is one of the problems that force farmers to sell their land. And when they sell their land, after that, what they have, So poverty also is there. So anyway, but yes, I agree that holistic approach is important. But we are not talking just about, because Cambodia still rely a lot on international support. So I think donors also should think about this holistic approach, because if donors I just give, let's say, to fishery department or maybe that will not solve the problem. So if we want to solve this problem, I mean, agriculture, nutrition, health together, the donors also should think the same, and I think this really create way for different sectors to work together as well. So anyway, well, thank you.